Hi, so in this video I'm going to show you how I put together my Cora done for you recommendations. So this is the Cora report that was done per the previous video, and you know, there's a whole bunch of different factors here. And remember, this is the most important factor, and then it goes down like that. So keywords and sentences was the first one, and keywords in the HTML tag. So I'd always go back in here and then look and see who's got the practical maximum for this. And in this particular case, it was this dilate.com.au. So I went and had a look at what they were doing on their page, and I noticed this little tell me more about Google AdWords. So there they've got a whole bunch of headings and a whole bunch of information, almost like a Q&A kind of style. So my first kind of recommendation there was add more than 18 and up to 92 keywords to sentences and body tag. So because I saw this kind of accordion thing here, I decided to do something similar on my page. So before and excuse this page, this was built when Thrive Architect first came out, and I haven't really had a chance to fix the page. So what I did is I built this little thing here that kind of opens up and gives more information about each of these kind of questions, and I picked up these questions from what people also ask. So that's how I've tackled this first one of add more than 18 and up to 92 keywords and sentences in the body tag. So I've included an FAQ. Add schema to the page, name, organization, headline, and opening hours. So let me go back and just show you where all that came from. So if we go to schema, tune schema, that's where we have organization, headline, opening hours, name. So that's what I put onto the and that's where that came from, tune schema. That was the third one down there. So that's why that went onto here. So I did go and add schema. Did go add schema to the page, which I will show you in a second. So obviously I didn't have organizational schema on this page. I did have some schema on the page, but as the Cora report said, I didn't have all of the schema that I needed. So yeah, I'll let that one run, and I'll just go back and okay, there we go. So I just basically put this organization schema on the page. The service schema was already there. So that's got me the name. It's got me the organization schema, the name, the headline. I didn't really know what that was. But yeah, but I put in some additional schema, the logo and the dress. I didn't put opening hours because it was a bit too difficult. I could have if I wanted to. In the middle of it. So the next thing that I looked at, so the keywords and the body tag. So I addressed all of these with this FAQ. So the next one that came up was keywords and A tags. So, this is either navigation or listings. So when I went back in, I found out that a lot of that was the actual images on the page. So my next one here is add up to 42 keywords in absolute URLs. So an image, so what these guys were doing is they had this big kind of image carousel thing. So I decided to do something fairly similar. So I put in a whole bunch of images. So that's what I did for that third recommendation. Then the next thing that's kind of come up is implement social, so links to social accounts. So I didn't have any links to social accounts on the page. So that was add links to social accounts. And as you can see, I've put, the Facebook, Google+, Twitter, and YouTube as my links to the various social accounts. So these weren't on the page before. I started doing this Cora work. Keywords and section tags, I ignored. Number of Facebook's accounts, I didn't add more than one. Hrefs external links, so those are from the social accounts. Typeform was one of them. Google Suite was another. Link. This was an interesting one. I found a link to Google search results for their brand. So the suggestions here were add up to 18 outbound links, social, typepad, Google search results. So I did add links. Well, no, I don't think those link out. I added links. Well, I added these social links, and then I added this. So this is an interesting one, where it actually opens up a Google search result with, Perth Marketing Company and AdWords. So that gives back some of my results. So those were a few of the outbound links I added to the page. I could have added more, but I didn't. The next thing was keywords in H1 to H6 tags. So 11 more keywords in H1 to 6. So tune headings and add FAQ. So add 3 keywords to H2 tags. Sorry, that was over here. That one there. Keywords in H1, H2, H3 tags. Add 2. Keywords in H1 and H2 tags. Add 3. So I came up with add 3 keywords to H2 tags. So I think what I did there was just add a couple of keywords to H2 tags. Next thing is keywords in H1 to H6 tags, so add 11. So tune headings, and what I did here was add 7 keywords to H4's FAQ section. And then this one here, add one H3 as leading whole keyword. Leading keywords in H3 tag. So that was that one. So that was my leading keyword in the H3 tag. And then all of these are H4s. So all of these are H4s. So yeah, that's how I dealt with that particular factor. The next one was add a little trademark to 2 instances of Google AdWords. So this was one that came up as a trust, has trademarks, a number of trademarks. And this actually came from one of the top sites, the number one site here. I think you could actually see it in there. No. But yeah, they actually on their site were showing the Google AdWords with its trademark. So it was interesting they're the only guys doing that. Although now I can't see that they are doing it. I thought it was them, but maybe it was someone else. That's trademarks. Yeah, it was them. So there we go. They've got it in the meta description, the little trademark. So I copied that, and as you can see, I've put the little trademark in a couple of places on my page. So that was add a little trademark to 2 instances of Google AdWords. Then brands and logos. So number of images with alt text, 102 more. So I didn't add that many more, but I've said here add brands and logos, which I've shown already. Schema done. Okay, so this was the word count one. Add 762 more. So that's where I've got add as much as 760 words. And that was, most of the words I added were in this content box here. And then add best to title. Keyword. That was this was one right at the end. Title has best. So that was an easy one to add. I just went Where's the title tag? So number one AdWords, Perth Consultants, best small business AdWords. So I added that word best in there to the title. Yeah, so that's pretty much how I went from, this big kind of roadmap to just coming up with 10 items. And so that's how I planned my headings over there. So that's how I came up with, just 10 items to implement on the page. So this would be kind of the output of a Cora done for you kind of setup where I've said, these are the things, use an FAQ to add content, add a table of contents, and add more links to it. So one of the other things I did is add this table of content to get more links on the page. And then I put the search term, the key. So this is the variations or the match words that Cora comes up with, the URL. So, I could maybe say here, copy, and then I'd go dilate.com, and then I'd put that URL in there. Yeah, and then the implementation, just the, in this case, it was the 11 things to do to the page. And then, obviously then you have to go into your back end and make all the changes. So with this particular one, I made all the changes and I've submitted this page on the 24th of November, 2018. So I will quickly show you. This is a Cora diff report. So that was the initial Cora report I ran on the 20th of November. And then after I'd made all the changes, I ran another Cora report on the 25th of November. And so, yeah, this is the Cora report on the 25th. So, a lot less, well, it seems to be similar size, but, see keywords and HTML tag, it's only 10 there. Whereas on the other one, it was 90 or so. So the Cora diff report compares these two and says, for keywords in the HTML tag, it was add 67, it's now add 10. So I did 85% of this particular one. Keywords and title tag, my title tag was already pretty long, so I didn't get any more in there. Keywords and body tag, it was 92, there's now 36, so I did 61% of that one. So remember, I wasn't going to do the section tags one. Number of HTTPS links, so I only done a bit of that one. These are new ones. So it's still saying I need to have a microdata name, even though I did add that schema. Number of social accounts, 7. So it's only picked up one of my social accounts. Keywords and A tags, add 13. Now it's only add 1. So all that's the table of contents and the links to the images has really helped with that one. Got all of it. So I got most of the word count, 74%. Twitter accounts, added my one, so I've done that one. So yeah, you can go through and see kind of the progress that you've made from one report to the other. So I'll also show you that on the when I did these reports, I think I was ranking. I was ranking 27, and when I ran this report a couple of days later, I was up to to 25. So this is just really, I wouldn't say that was any of the work that I did. I think it's going to take a couple of weeks to show up. So I'll run another quick video, hopefully when I get a good bump, and maybe go on to page 2 somewhere. So hopefully this shows how to implement the suggestions from Cora. Thanks for watching.